Hi, this is Toby from TobyChristensen.com. Thanks for joining in on my free coaching course. I'm so excited. So many people had been coming to me saying, I set all my goals in January. I don't even remember what they are. I haven't followed through on anything. I feel like a complete failure. I'm a loser, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, stop. We have over half the year left. We've got 7 months left. We can turn this around. So I decided to offer this free course. Each month, as I mentioned in my intro video, has a theme. The theme for June is determining your meaning. And I want to ask you the question, this video for the first week in June is, who determines your meaning? Who determines your value? Is it external? Is it your family? Is it society? Is it your colleagues, people at work? Is it how you stack up to what you see in the advertisements on TV or in magazines? When you know your meaning, and when you own your meaning, you walk with power and confidence. I had a situation happen years ago when I was in my corporate days. I belonged to a really nice golf club, and I asked a friend of mine, John Livingston, to come and golf with me. And he's like, God, I'd love to play Pumpkin Ridge. That's such an awesome course. And I've always wanted to play it, and da-da-da-da-da. So I show up, usual fashion. There were 2 of us, so we got paired up with another 2, because it's very common when you show up at the club to get paired up so that you golf in a foursome. The 2 guys that we got paired with were like right out of Golf Magazine. They had giant Callaway bags and a bunch of really cool clubs and total designer clothes and $300 shoes. I mean, they were the shit, man. I must admit I was slightly guilty of that back in those days, but maybe not quite that extreme because I wasn't a very good golfer. Then John shows up. And I had known John for a long time, but not in the corporate world. He was a friend, and we used to do a lot of shamanic study together and a lot of meditation and that kind of thing. So John shows up, hair down past his shoulder, just blowing in the wind, a tattered baseball cap, a golf shirt, because of course he knew the rules. You had to have a collared shirt to play on the course. But it looked like he had pulled it out of his trunk and that it had been there for about 6 years. He had a pair of khakis, proper pants, but they were all tattered on the hem and on the pockets. His golf shoes looked like they had been bought in the 50s and had never been polished. And he had a bag and a set of clubs that looked like it was about from that same era. The guys we got paired up with started laughing. Like, they're like, really? This guy's going to play with us? So we made a little wager, as we often do when we play. And I said, you guys clearly are the experts. Why don't you go ahead and tee off? And so they did. And of course, their shots were right down the fairway, picture perfect. It was beautiful. I stepped up, I teed off, I sliced like usual and ended up in the fairway over to the right. They jokingly said that would be a great shot if we were playing that fairway. And then John gets up. And these guys are like cracking up. They're like, really? And they're nudging each other. And John gets up with this old tattered wood. Okay, the guys we were playing with had like titanium drivers with beryllium or graphite shafts, all custom fitted. I mean, they had the equipment, right? John shows up with this wood that's literally wood. Wrapping is coming undone. I was afraid the head was going to fall off. He steps up to the ball. He addresses the ball, comes back, blasts through with a shot that was unbelievable. Flies past both of those guys' balls and almost up onto the green, which is usually a 2-shot approach. You could see the look on their face. Boy, did we misjudge this guy. And throughout the day, we realized that John could not only drive like Tiger Woods, he could pitch and he could putt like nobody's business. The thing that I loved about John is that John walked with confidence, he walked with power, because he knew his meaning. And he knew where his meaning came from. It came from. It didn't come from the brand of clothes he wore, or even if they were clean, or even if they were ironed. He didn't get his value and meaning by the type of clubs that he had. He was self-referencing. He owned his power and walked with confidence because he created his own meaning. It was a really good lesson for me. Think about it this week. Who determines your meaning? If you need some help on this, contact me at toby@tobychristensen.com. My coaching clients are on this process as well, so we can do some work. If you need a private session, I'm happy to accommodate. I can let you know how that works. Toby@tobychristensen.com. In the meantime, cook on this. Who determines your meaning? Have a great week. Have fun with this. And we'll see you next week when we post the next video.